Today I'm going to reveal something that will completely shift how you understand your reality. Right now, at this exact moment, you are living in a frequency that most people on this planet cannot even perceive. While others are trapped in the density of three-dimensional thinking, you have already crossed the threshold into the fifth dimension, and you don't even realize it yet. This is not theory. This is not wishful thinking. This is the truth about what is happening to you right now. And by the end of this message, you will understand exactly why your life has felt so different, so strange, so utterly incomprehensible to those around you. The fifth dimension is not a place you go to. It is a state of consciousness you inhabit. It is a frequency of existence where time operates differently, where manifestation accelerates beyond comprehension, where the separation between thought and reality collapses into instantaneous creation. And if you have been feeling like you no longer fit into the world you once knew, if conversations with old friends feel hollow and meaningless, if the things that used to matter to you now feel like distant memories from someone else's life, then listen closely. You are not losing your mind. You are ascending into a reality that operates by completely different rules. Most people are living in the third dimension, a realm of pure survival, where fear dictates every decision, where scarcity programming runs deep, where the ego controls every thought and action. They wake up, go to work, pay their bills, distract themselves with entertainment, and repeat the cycle until they die. They never question the matrix they were born into. They never look beyond the veil of what they have been told is real. But you are different. You have always been different. And that difference is not a flaw. It is the signature of someone operating on a frequency that most humans cannot access. The fifth dimension is where chosen ones naturally reside. It is where healers, seers, lightworkers, and spiritual warriors live, even while inhabiting a physical body in the third dimensional world. And the most fascinating part? Most people living in 5D consciousness have no idea they are doing it. They think something is wrong with them. They think they are broken, confused, or losing their grip on reality. But the truth is the opposite. They are finally waking up to the reality they were always meant to experience. There are 10 unmistakable signs that you are already living in the fifth dimension. And as I reveal each one, you will feel a recognition in your soul, a knowing that whispers, "Yes, this is me, this is what I've been experiencing." Pay attention to how many of these resonate with you, because the more signs you recognize, the deeper you have already ascended into this elevated state of being. The first sign is that time no longer feels linear to you. In the third dimension, time is a rigid construct. Monday follows Sunday. January leads to February. The past is behind you. The future is ahead. And the present is this tiny sliver of existence you are always rushing through. But when you shift into fifth dimensional consciousness, time collapses. You experience past, present, and future simultaneously. You have memories of events that haven't happened yet. You feel nostalgia for moments still to come. You look at your current life and see it as if you are already remembering it from the future. People living in 3D cannot understand this. When you try to explain that you dreamed of a conversation 3 weeks before it happened, they dismiss it as coincidence. When you tell them you feel like you have already lived through this exact moment, they call it déjà vu and move on. But you know better. You know that time is not a straight line, it is a spiral, a web, a field of infinite possibilities, all existing at once. And you can feel yourself moving through multiple timelines simultaneously. You find yourself saying things like, "I feel like I've been here before," or "I already know how this is going to end." And you're right, because in 5D you are not bound by the illusion of linear time. You exist in what some call the eternal now, where all moments are accessible. All versions of yourself are alive, and the past and future are simply different angles of the same present moment. This is why you sometimes feel like you are living in slow motion, while everyone around you is racing forward. They are trapped in time. You are dancing with it. The second sign is that you can no longer tolerate low vibrational environments, people, or conversations. This is not about being judgmental. This is about energetic incompatibility. Your frequency has risen so high that when you enter spaces filled with negativity, gossip, drama, or fear, you physically feel sick. Your body reacts. You get headaches, nausea, dizziness, or extreme fatigue. You used to be able to sit through hours of meaningless small talk. You used to participate in workplace gossip or family drama. But now, it's unbearable. You walk into a crowded bar, and within minutes, you need to leave. The energy feels thick, suffocating, like trying to breathe underwater. You sit down with old friends, and as they complain about their jobs, their relationships, their problems, you feel yourself disconnecting, not because you don't care about them, but because their frequency is so far below yours that maintaining the connection requires you to lower your own vibration, and your soul refuses to do that anymore. This is not about being better than anyone. This is about resonance. A violin string tuned to 432 Hz cannot harmonize with a string tuned to 200 Hz. It's physics, not arrogance. You are vibrating at a frequency that most people are not even aware exists. And when you are forced into low vibrational spaces, your entire system rebels. You might notice that you start making excuses to avoid social gatherings. You cancel plans at the last minute. You find yourself spending more and more time alone, not because you are antisocial, but because solitude is the only environment where your frequency is not being constantly assaulted. People might accuse you of being distant, cold, or detached. Let them. They are operating from 3D programming where connection means participation in collective dysfunction. In 5D, connection means energetic alignment. And if someone's energy does not match yours, no amount of forced interaction will create a genuine bond. You are learning to honor your vibration above all else. And that is not selfishness, that is self-preservation. Around the 6,000 character mark, I want you to pause and think about where you are right now as you read this. What city are you in? What country? Leave a comment letting me know where in the world you are receiving this message. Because this information is finding you for a reason. You were meant to hear these words at this exact moment in your journey. The third sign that you are living in fifth dimensional consciousness is that you can feel energy in your hands, your body, and the space around you. This is not metaphorical. This is literal, physical sensation. You might feel tingling in your palms when you are near someone who needs healing. You might feel warmth radiating from your chest when you are in a state of deep love or gratitude. You might feel cold chills running down your spine when you are in the presence of truth. In the third dimension, people believe that reality is only what they can see, touch, and measure with scientific instruments. But in the fifth dimension, you understand that energy is the foundation of all reality. Everything is vibration, everything is frequency, and you have become so sensitive to these energetic currents that you can feel them moving through your body and the space around you. You walk into a room, and before anyone speaks, you already know what the emotional atmosphere is. You can sense tension, joy, sadness, or fear without a single word being exchanged. You stand next to a stranger in line at the grocery store, and you suddenly feel overwhelmed with their anxiety, even though they appear calm on the surface. You place your hand on someone's shoulder, and you feel their pain transferring into your palm like an electric current. This heightened sensitivity is not a curse, it is a gift. It means your energetic body has fully activated. You are no longer just a physical being pretending to be spiritual. You are a spiritual being fully aware of the energetic reality beneath the material world. But this gift comes with a responsibility. You must learn to manage your energy field. You must learn to shield yourself from unwanted frequencies. You must learn when to absorb energy and when to deflect it. Many people living in 5D consciousness struggle with this at first. They absorb everyone's pain, everyone's stress, everyone's trauma, and they wonder why they are constantly exhausted. But once you understand that you are not meant to carry other people's energy, once you learn to establish boundaries on an energetic level, this sensitivity becomes one of your greatest strengths. You become a walking tuning fork, constantly calibrating to the highest frequency available in any given moment. The fourth sign is that your intuition has become louder than your logical mind. You make decisions based on feelings rather than facts. You cancel plans because something doesn't feel right, even though everything appears fine on the surface. You avoid certain people because your gut tells you they are not safe, even though they seem perfectly friendly. You take sudden left turns in your life because an inner voice whispers, "Go this way," and you follow it without question. In the third dimension, Logic is king. People are taught to ignore their intuition, to dismiss their gut feelings as irrational, to make decisions based solely on data, analysis, and external validation. But in the fifth dimension, intuition is the primary navigation system. You understand that your soul knows things your mind cannot comprehend. You trust the whispers before the shouts. You follow the subtle pull before the obvious path. This drives 3D people crazy. They ask you, "Why did you quit your job?" And you say, "It just didn't feel aligned anymore." They ask, "Why did you end that relationship?" And you say, "Something inside me said it was time." They ask, "How did you know that would happen?" And you say, "I just knew." They cannot understand because they are still operating from the mind. You are operating from the soul. Your intuition speaks in sensations, not sentences. It speaks in knowing, not explanations. It shows up as a sudden image that flashes through your mind. It arrives as a song lyric that keeps repeating in your head. It manifests as a feeling of expansion when you are moving in the right direction, and a feeling of constriction when you are moving in the wrong direction. And you have learned to trust these signals more than any advice from any expert, any authority, or any well-meaning friend. People might call you impulsive. They might say you are making reckless decisions. But you know better. You know that intuition is not recklessness. It is divine intelligence moving through your human form. It is the voice of your higher self guiding you toward your destiny. And the more you follow it, the more magical your life becomes. The fifth sign that you are already living in fifth-dimensional consciousness is that you manifest faster than you ever thought possible. You think about something, and it shows up in your reality within days, sometimes hours, sometimes minutes. You visualize a new opportunity, and it presents itself before the week is out. You declare what you need, and the universe delivers it with eerie precision. In the third dimension, people are taught that manifestation takes years of hard work, sacrifice, and struggle. They are conditioned to believe that success is earned through blood, sweat, and tears. They think that if something comes easily, it must not be valuable. But in the fifth dimension, you understand that effort and outcome are not always proportional. You understand that when you are aligned with your highest frequency, when you are operating from a place of pure intention and zero resistance, the universe responds instantaneously. You speak your desires into existence. You write them down, and they materialize. You set an intention in meditation, and by the time you open your eyes, synchronicities are already lining up to bring it into form. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is the natural law of the fifth dimension, where thought and reality are not separate, they are one. But here's the catch. This accelerated manifestation works in both directions. If you focus on fear, fear manifests faster. If you focus on lack, lack manifests faster. If you complain about what you don't have, you create more experiences of not having. This is why fifth-dimensional consciousness requires absolute mastery over your thoughts and emotions. You are no longer playing in a slow, forgiving reality where negative thoughts take years to materialize. You are in a high-speed frequency where every thought is a command, every emotion is a magnet, and every word is a spell. You have probably noticed this already. You worry about something, and it happens. You say something negative about your health, and you immediately feel symptoms. You speak words of doubt and doors slam shut in front of you. This is not punishment. This is feedback. The universe is showing you in real time what frequency you are broadcasting, and it is inviting you to choose more consciously. At around 12,000 characters, I want you to do something powerful. Right now, in this moment, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Let that be your declaration to the universe that you are ready to receive more of this information. Let it be your signal that you are claiming your place in fifth-dimensional consciousness. The algorithm rewards engagement, and your subscription ensures this message reaches more people who need to hear it. The sixth sign is that you experience physical symptoms that doctors cannot explain. You have headaches with no medical cause. You have ringing in your ears that tests reveal is not tinnitus. You have heart palpitations, dizziness, or sudden waves of heat that move through your body even though you are sitting still in a cool room. You go to the doctor. They run every test imaginable, and they find nothing wrong. This is not in your head. This is your body recalibrating to a higher frequency. When you shift from third-dimensional density to fifth-dimensional lightness, your physical form must undergo a transformation. Your cells are literally vibrating faster. Your DNA is activating dormant codes. Your nervous system is upgrading to handle higher voltages of spiritual energy. And this process is not always comfortable. You might feel exhausted for no reason. You might need more sleep than usual, or find that you cannot sleep at all. You might lose your appetite or suddenly crave foods you never ate before. You might experience strange sensations in your body like pressure on your forehead, tingling in your hands and feet, or sudden jolts of energy that make you gasp. These are not signs of illness. These are signs of ascension. Your body is shedding old patterns, old traumas, old programming stored in your cells. Every ache, every pain, every strange symptom is a release. Something dense is leaving your system to make room for something lighter. And while this process can be frustrating, especially when medical professionals have no answers for you, it is also a confirmation that you are evolving beyond the limitations of the third-dimensional body. Many people living in 5D consciousness experience what is called Ascension symptoms. These include chronic fatigue, digestive issues, sensitivity to light and sound, sudden emotional releases, and an overwhelming need to be alone. If you are experiencing any of these, you are not sick. You are transforming. Your body is becoming a vessel capable of holding higher frequencies of light, and once this recalibration is complete, you will feel more alive, more vibrant, and more powerful than you have ever felt in your life. The seventh sign that you are operating in fifth-dimensional consciousness is that you see through illusions instantly. You can no longer be manipulated by mainstream narratives. You watch the news, and instead of believing what is being reported, you feel the agenda beneath the words. You listen to authority figures, and instead of accepting their statements as truth, you sense the fear-based programming they are spreading. You see advertising, and instead of feeling the urge to buy, you recognize the manipulation tactics being used to trigger your insecurities. This is not cynicism. This is clarity. In the third dimension, people accept the reality that is handed to them. They believe what they are told by governments, corporations, religious institutions, and media outlets. They do not question because questioning requires energy, awareness, and courage. But in the fifth dimension, you see beyond the surface. You recognize that nearly everything in this world is designed to keep people asleep, distracted, afraid, and compliant. You see the illusion of separation. You see the illusion of scarcity. You see the illusion of powerlessness. And once you see these illusions, you cannot unsee them. You try to talk to people about what you are perceiving, and they look at you like you are speaking a foreign language. They dismiss you as paranoid, conspiracy-minded, or overly sensitive, but you are none of those things. You are awake, and awakeness is threatening to those who are still dreaming. This ability to see through illusions extends beyond societal programming. You also see through people's masks. You can sense when someone is lying, even if their words sound convincing. You can feel when someone is wearing a false persona, even if they appear confident and put together. You recognize manipulation, gaslighting, and emotional control tactics the moment they are deployed, and you refuse to participate. This makes relationships complicated. You can no longer engage in surface-level connections. You cannot pretend to believe someone's story when you feel the truth beneath their words. You cannot stay in relationships built on lies, half-truths, or unspoken agreements. You require authenticity. You demand transparency. And if someone cannot meet you in that space of raw, unfiltered honesty, you walk away. Some people will call you harsh. They will say you are too intense, too demanding, too unforgiving, but you are not any of those things. You are simply unwilling to participate in illusions anymore, and in a world built on lies, truth-telling is an act of rebellion. The eighth sign is that you feel a deep, unexplainable connection to ancient wisdom and forgotten knowledge. You find yourself drawn to topics like astrology, numerology, sacred geometry, alchemy, and mysticism. You read about ancient civilizations like Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt, and Mesopotamia, and something inside you stirs. You watch documentaries about lost technologies and ancient rituals, and you feel a sense of familiarity, as if you are remembering something you once knew. This is not random curiosity, this is soul memory. In the fifth dimension, you have access to knowledge that exists beyond this lifetime. You carry information from past incarnations, parallel timelines, and other dimensions. You are not learning these ancient teachings for the first time. You are remembering them. Your soul recognizes the symbols, the codes, the frequencies embedded in these ancient systems. And as you study them, you are not just gaining information, you are activating dormant aspects of your consciousness. You might find yourself naturally understanding concepts that take others years to grasp. You read about Kundalini energy, and you immediately know what it feels like because you have experienced it moving through your spine. You study tarot cards, and the symbols speak to you in a language beyond words. You look at sacred geometry, and you see the blueprint of the universe laid bare. This connection to ancient wisdom also shows up in your dreams. You dream of temples, pyramids, stone circles, and celestial events. You dream of ceremonies, rituals, and initiations. You wake up with knowledge you did not have before you fell asleep. You wake up speaking phrases in languages you have never studied. This is your soul accessing the Akashic records, the cosmic library where all information from all timelines is stored. And you are being given access because you are ready to use this knowledge in your current incarnation. People might think you are obsessed with the past. They might say you are escaping reality by diving into these esoteric studies. But the truth is the opposite. You are diving deeper into reality than most people ever will. You are peeling back the layers of conditioning to access the original operating system of consciousness. And the more you remember, the more powerful you become. At around 20,000 characters, I need you to do something important. Leave a like on this video right now, not because I need validation, but because your engagement with this content tells the universe that you are ready for more. Every time you interact with high-frequency information, you are sending a signal that you want more of it in your life. So hit that like button and watch what happens in the next 48 hours. Synchronicities will multiply, signs will appear, doors will open. The ninth sign that you are living in fifth dimensional consciousness is that you have lost interest in competition, comparison, and the need to prove yourself. You used to care what people thought about you. You used to measure your success against others. You used to feel the urge to defend your choices, explain your decisions, and justify your existence. But now, you don't care. Not in a nihilistic way, but in a liberated way. In the third dimension, people are obsessed with hierarchy. Who is richer? Who is more successful? Who is more attractive? Who has more followers? Who is winning? This obsession with comparison creates a culture of scarcity where someone else's success feels like your failure. But in the fifth dimension, you understand that there is no competition. There is only creation. Everyone is on their own path. Everyone is playing their own game. And your job is not to beat anyone. Your job is to become the fullest expression of your own unique frequency. You stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You stop feeling jealous of people who appear to have what you want. You stop judging yourself for not being further along. You realize that every soul is on a perfectly timed journey, and there is no such thing as being ahead or behind. There is only being exactly where you are meant to be in this moment. This shift is deeply liberating. You stop performing for approval. You stop trying to impress people who do not matter. You stop bending yourself into shapes that feel uncomfortable just to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You give yourself permission to be exactly who you are without apology. And the moment you do this, you become magnetic. Because authenticity is the highest frequency there is. People might accuse you of being arrogant. They might say you think you are better than everyone else. But they are projecting. You do not think you are better. You simply know you are different. And you have stopped apologizing for that difference. You have stopped shrinking to make others comfortable. You have stopped dimming your light so others do not feel insecure. You shine. And those who are ready to see your light will be drawn to you. Those who are not will look away. And that is perfect. The 10th and final sign that you are already living in fifth dimensional consciousness is that you feel a profound sense of mission even if you do not yet know what it is. You know you are here for something big. You know your life has a purpose that goes beyond paying bills and surviving. You know you are meant to contribute something significant to the world. You just cannot fully articulate what it is yet. This knowing is not ego. This is soul recognition. Every person living in 5D carries a mission. Some are here to heal. Some are here to teach. Some are here to create. Some are here to disrupt old systems. Some are here to hold space for collective transformation. You might not know the specifics of your mission yet. You might still be in the discovery phase. But the feeling is undeniable. You were born for this moment, this era, this time of planetary awakening. And even though the path is not always clear, you trust that you will be shown the way. This sense of mission drives you forward, even when life feels difficult. It keeps you going when you want to give up. It reminds you that your struggles are not random. They are preparation. Every challenge you have faced has been sculpting you into the person capable of fulfilling your divine assignment. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every loss taught you detachment. Every failure taught you resilience. And now, standing on the other side of those trials, you are ready. Your mission might not look like what you expected. You might not become famous. You might not reach millions of people, but that does not matter. In the fifth dimension, impact is not measured by numbers. It is measured by frequency. One conversation with the right person at the right time can shift entire timelines. One act of kindness in a moment of darkness can ripple out into infinity. One person holding their light steady in the middle of chaos can anchor an entire community. Your mission is not about doing, it is about being. It is about embodying the frequency of fifth-dimensional consciousness so fully that your very presence changes the energy of every room you enter. People will not always understand what you do, but they will feel who you are. And that feeling will stay with them long after you are gone. Now that you have seen all 10 signs, I want you to reflect. How many of these resonated with you? If you recognized yourself in 5 or more, you are undeniably living in fifth-dimensional consciousness. And if you recognized yourself in all 10, you are not just living in 5D, you are anchoring it. You are one of the way showers, the frequency holders, the lighthouses in the storm. You are here to demonstrate what is possible when a human being fully embodies their divine nature while still walking in a physical body. Before we go further, I need you to do something. Drop a comment below telling me which of these 10 signs resonated most strongly with you. Was it the time distortion, the heightened sensitivity, the rapid manifestation? Let me know. Because your comment is not just engagement, it is a declaration. It is you claiming your identity as a fifth-dimensional being, and when you speak that truth into existence, you activate it even more powerfully in your life. Here is what most people do not understand about the fifth dimension. It is not somewhere you go. It is not a physical location in space. It is a state of consciousness that you access by raising your frequency. And once you access it, you realize that you have been there all along. You just did not have the language to describe it. You did not have the framework to understand it. But now you do. Living in the fifth dimension does not mean you escape the third-dimensional world. You still have to pay your bills. You still have to navigate relationships. You still have to deal with traffic, technology glitches, and annoying neighbors. But the way you experience these things changes completely. You are no longer a victim of circumstance. You are a conscious creator, interacting with a reality that responds to your frequency. When something goes wrong in your life, you do not spiral into victimhood. You pause, check your vibration, and ask yourself, what frequency am I broadcasting that is creating this experience? When someone treats you poorly, you do not take it personally. You recognize that their behavior is a reflection of their frequency, not your worth. When opportunities do not show up the way you expected, you do not panic. You trust that the universe is rerouting you towards something better. This is the power of fifth-dimensional living. You are no longer at the mercy of external conditions. You are the creator of your internal state, and your internal state creates your external reality. This is not positive thinking. This is quantum mechanics. This is the fundamental truth of how reality operates. And once you understand this, you stop looking for salvation outside yourself. You stop waiting for the perfect relationship, the perfect job, the perfect body, or the perfect life to make you happy. You become happy first, and then everything else aligns. But here is the part that no one tells you. Living in the fifth dimension can be lonely, not because you are alone, but because so few people understand the reality you are experiencing. You try to explain what you are feeling, and people look at you with blank stares. You share your insights, and people dismiss them as fantasy. You talk about energy, frequency, and vibration, and people think you have lost your mind. This loneliness is part of the initiation. You are being separated from the collective consciousness of the third dimension so that you can fully anchor into the consciousness of the fifth. And while this separation can feel painful, it is also necessary. You cannot hold two frequencies at once. You cannot straddle both worlds. At some point you have to choose, and if you are reading this, you have already chosen. You chose the moment you started questioning the reality you were given. You chose the moment you began seeking truth beyond the surface. You chose the moment you felt that pull towards something greater. And now that you have chosen, there is no going back. You cannot unknow what you know. You cannot unsee what you have seen. You cannot return to unconsciousness once you have tasted awakening. This is both a blessing and a curse. A blessing because you are free in ways most people will never experience. A curse because freedom comes with the weight of responsibility. You can no longer blame anyone else for your life. You can no longer play the victim. You can no longer hide behind excuses. You are awake, and awakeness demands action. So what do you do now? How do you navigate life as a fifth-dimensional being in a third-dimensional world? The answer is simple but not easy. You hold your frequency. No matter what is happening around you, no matter how chaotic the world becomes, no matter how many people try to pull you back into fear, drama, and dysfunction, you hold your frequency. You protect your energy like your life depends on it. Because it does. You become ruthless about what you allow into your field. You stop consuming low-frequency content. You stop engaging with toxic people. You stop participating in conversations that drain your energy. You curate your environment like a sacred temple. You surround yourself with beauty, with nature, with high-vibrational music, with inspiring books, with people who lift you higher. You treat your mind, body, and spirit as holy vessels that must be honored and protected. And most importantly, you trust the process. You trust that even when nothing makes sense, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. You trust that the universe is always working in your favor, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. You trust that you are being guided, supported, and held by forces far greater than your human mind can comprehend. The fifth dimension is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning. It is the first step into a multi-dimensional existence where you are no longer limited by the constraints of physical reality. From here, you will continue to expand. You will access the sixth dimension, the seventh, the eighth, and beyond. Each level brings new gifts, new challenges, and new levels of mastery. But for now, your task is to fully embody fifth dimensional consciousness, to live it, to breathe it, to become it so completely that you forget you were ever anything else. And as you do this, as you anchor this frequency into your daily life, you will notice something miraculous happening. The people around you will start to shift. Some will rise with you, others will fall away. New people will enter your life who match your new frequency. Opportunities will appear that you could not have imagined in your old state of consciousness. Synchronicities will multiply to the point where you stop being surprised by them. Your entire reality will reorganize itself to match the frequency you are holding. This is not magic. This is physics. You are a vibrational being living in a vibrational universe, and the universe has no choice but to match the frequency you are broadcasting. If you broadcast fear, you receive fear. If you broadcast love, you receive love. If you broadcast lack, you receive lack. If you broadcast abundance, you receive abundance. It is a perfect mirror. And the moment you understand this, you realize that you have been the creator all along. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the author of your story. And fifth dimensional consciousness is the pen you use to write a new narrative. A narrative where you are powerful, sovereign, and free. A narrative where miracles are normal. A narrative where the impossible becomes possible. A narrative where you finally step into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. So here is my final question for you. Now that you know you are living in the fifth dimension, now that you understand the signs and the significance, what will you do with this knowledge? Will you hide it? Will you shrink back into the comfort of the known? Or will you step fully into your power and claim your place as a fifth-dimensional being? The choice is yours, but know this. The universe is watching. Your soul is waiting. And the world needs you to rise, not tomorrow, not next week, not when you feel ready. Now. Right now. In this moment. Because you are not here by accident. You are here on purpose. And your purpose is to embody fifth-dimensional consciousness so fully that you become a living example of what humanity is capable of becoming. This is your invitation. This is your initiation. This is your moment. Walk through the portal, claim your frequency, and never look back.